welcome to Aftermath of Dynamite with me, your girl Dolores, and my boy ALW. Yeah! The
What is
expert
up?
in the
What is up?
mark. We back here again. It's us. We riding together, okay?
As always.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aftermath of Dynamite is where we talk all things AEW, because each show kind of builds to pay-per-views and other shows and everything. This week is going to be a little bit special because we did not watch do a live watch along for Rampage, and we did not have AOD last week because we needed some time off and we needed to change some things. So you'll notice some intro changes, some things changing on the channel. But so we'll talk about Dynamite from last week, Rampage from Friday. Saturday we did do a watch along, so if you want to go back, you can watch those things, and we'll go over those results, and then we'll talk about Dynamite from last night, and
Which
we'll
I did
sort of
watch.
preview. Yeah, we have one or two previews that didn't have a lot of matches preview for upcoming shows, and talk about go over some things, show you some pictures. So make sure you're ready, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. So first, let me pull it up. We're gonna review Dynamite from 8-9. That's the week we missed. Okay.
Yep. I didn't
We
even watch the
had
show. I'm leaving it to you to
yeah.
explain it to me. Tell me what happened. Tell me, tell
Oh
me,
well,
tell me.
because I watch wrestling like an animal, but we're just gonna go over results. We're not gonna
I'm
get
not
too
gonna
in
lie.
depth on
When
it.
we decided to take the week off, I disconnected. I did not watch any wrestling from the moment we shut down to the moment I came back on. I ain't gonna lie. I watched zero wrestling. I didn't listen to a
Okay, so
podcast. I didn't read a dirt sheet. I didn't nothing.
I was everywhere and fixing things to come back. So I really didn't have a break, but my break comes up. My break. Uh, we had the Young Bucks.
None. Zero. None.
I watched
All right.
everything. That was my thing. Uh, we had the Young Bucks defeat the Hardys. That was a good match. When I won't say good, I would say their older match was better than this match. It was serviceable. Okay, we had the FTW rules match. Jack Perry retained, beating Rob Van Dam. And ladies and
I'm gonna
gentlemen, I
have to
can
go
say
back and I got to go back and at least watch this because I'm a big Rob Van Dam fan and I got to see exactly what happened here because I'm not a Jack Perry fan and I want to see how they did Rob Van Dam dirty. How bad was it?
Rob Van Dam did better. Like when you hear about older wrestlers wrestling, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, he still has it. He needs a contract somewhere. Screw if he smokes weed or not. I don't care. He don't care. We don't care. He needs a contract somewhere.
So how did Jack
We
win? Did he
had.
win clean?
I can't even remember.
Okay.
I
All
think it
right.
was
Well,
dirty.
did he use the title belt?
We had the Yeah, I think so. The Blackpool Combat Club of Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley defeated the Lucha Brothers, ladies and gentlemen, because Lucha Brothers the week before, I don't know if you remember, they were fighting for their brother Pat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's how we had got to that match. The AEW Women's Title match, Sheeta beat Anna Jay. Listen, if you go back and watch this match, it was weird. But it was weird. It was very, very weird. Because at the
Why?
end, I think it was Matt Menard. That's the one with long hair, right? Like the little
No,
short bob, long curly hair, who
who's
has the
Curly Hair?
suspenders.
No, that's
It's
Angelo
like a
Parker.
long. Okay, it could be Angela Parker.
Matt
Who
Menard's the one
she
who talks
was
about his
getting,
nipples getting hard.
not the short, fat one.
Yeah, the short fat one. He's the one that talks about his nipples getting
Okay,
hard. The other one.
no, Matt Menard is the right one. So Matt Menard, she is getting pinned. Alja is getting pinned for some apparent reason. It looks like he helps her stay getting pinned. Like he doesn't help her get out or try to like cheat to win. He helps her stay pinned. Like he was like, "This is over with. Stop
He helps her stay pinned.
it."
Okay.
It's like he holds. It seems like it could have been the angle, but it looks like he was holding her hands down.
So it
And
looked like he
I'm like,
instead.
yes. I was like, oh my god, why?
Do
Now
you
we're
think it was
on
an
to
accident,
ramp.
or was it an accident, or was it intentional?
I don't know. He had this disgusted look on his face.
Dissension in
Almost
the
kind of.
JAS?
It kind of looked like you remember when when Duke Hudson and them when Tiffany were having that match and he kind of looked disgusted. That same type of look. The match didn't go as smoothly as it should have. And maybe that was his moment of just being like, I'm through with this.
Maybe.
So
I
we're on
oh.
to ramp.
Sammy says I heard Cool Hand was trying to encourage her to fight. Okay.
That wasn't
His
no
voice
encouragement.
doesn't
If you
say it
trying to
came off
hold
like
somebody
that,
hand,
so
that wasn't encouragement. If that's encouragement, you holding my hands down. That's like I can. It's like shit. You can see my arm trying to lift off the mat. And he was just like, "Here you go, stay right here." If that's, I understand encouragement like this, not like stay down, just stay there. And she even kind of got up and looked like, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't think this is
oh
supposed to happen."
no.
We're having
Uh,
now. We're on to our Rampage review. Okay, so we back on our weekly schedule. Even though we weren't here for this. We had Darby Allen defeat Brian Cage again, beefing with Prince Nana and the crew still there. We had the AEW International title match. We had Ernst Cassidy beat Johnny TV. Okay, Ernst Cassidy just beating everybody and their mama. I would, you know what?
at this point, he's
We'll
just
talk
never
about.
gonna lose. He's just never gonna lose.
He's never gonna lose,
I'm
ladies
so
and gentlemen.
fucking
I want
tired of him, dude. I'm so fucking tired of it.
listen at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have a slight discussion when we get to Dynamite. Some news that were out today. I just want to say I don't know what the hell is happening, but Tony, if you're thinking about doing something crazy, please don't do it. Please don't do it. We had Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis defeat the Outrunners, two jobs, Magnum and Floyd. Okay,
Truth and Turbo
we
sound
also
better.
two
Turbo Truth.
turbo
Turbo
TNT
Truth.
TNT. Yeah,
TNT.
wait a minute, they lied to me. The truth is, I'm about to blow it up. We had Soraya, or as some people call it, Sriracha, defeat Sky Blue. Yes, that did happen. Yes, that did. But we were here for Collision. Me and Sammy were here for Collision. That was his birthday. Happy birthday, Sammy.
Happy birthday
The
to
acclaimed
you.
defeated the Iron Savages of Boulder and Bronson.
When we get there, remind me to ask you a question about this week's acclaimed on this week's Dynamite from last night. Remember when we get there, I want to say something. Remind me.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't do any slides for that because there wasn't like a major like standout thing for me, but I did do some other slides. Diamante and Mercedes Martinez beat Chris Statlander and Willow. Listen, this is what
Why?
happened.
What is going
This is
on?
what this is what happened. I can't remember who are the two she pinned, but Mercedes uh pinned them as Diamante slid through the bottom rope and put her feet on her back to hold the pin.
Okay.
So they cheated the win.
But we still have the TBS champion and a main eventer on the main roster losing to two ROH lower tier women. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense.
This one
What the fuck's
this
going on?
one wasn't announced, ladies and gentlemen. But when it came on, by the time I finished typing dude name, it was over. It was Samoa Joe versus Andrew Everett. It was over. It was over.
That's
It
unfair
was
too because
done.
Andrew Everett's a decent wrestler, so that's not fair that they let him just get squashed out. I mean,
Now
Samoa
this
Joe, so it is
is
what it is.
This started the setup for what happened at the end of the night. After Samoa Joe quickly beats this man, which I know he is a good wrestler because I've seen him in many promotions,
Yes.
beats him. Samoa Joe gets on the mic and is like, Punk, I'm coming after you. Like, accept this match. I want this match. And Punk did not come out there and did not acknowledge what Samoa Joe was saying. So Samoa Joe's like, if you didn't hear me, he comes back later on and lets him know. Then we had an AEW Trios title match. The House of Black, which consisted of Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Malachi Black, beat CMFTR because Samoa Joe
Hold on.
got
Hold on.
Punk
Are we
when
getting
Punk came to
Punk
the
and
outside.
are we gonna get Punk and Joe or no?
I think they really haven't announced any like you know how they do last minute changes, but from my understanding they are. So what happened was is that you know how everybody gets pushed on the outside and you know like people are out there. So Punk gets thrown into the barricade. Samoa Joe reaches around his neck, drags him over, puts his ass to sleep.
Uh, all
so,
right.
so that was that. Now we're on to this week's Dynamite. Okay, so I'm gonna put the banner at the bottom, and then we'll see the picture to go along with it. We started off the match with Orange Cassidy versus Willa Yuta, and our winner. Oh, but before we start there, ladies and gentlemen, this Dynamite was special. Okay, it was a special Dynamite. It's going to be a special Rampage next week and a special Collision. Okay, this was Fight for the Fallen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know normally at times I get really, 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 really super close with the images that I make, but I wanted to make this that separate because the image that Fight for the Fallen has this year is going towards the Maui Food Bank. They're raising money for the Maui Food Bank. You can make donations to help those in Hawaii from the fires, and they also are selling the image that they have on shirts for the Maui Food Bank. And they also gave, in a match we'll talk about later on, the $100,000 they received for the sponsorship of that match to the Maui Food Bank. So just a good thing we do here at the West
Very
Coast
good thing.
Wrestling
Very good
Network.
thing. Good for AEW. Um, I mean, you know, it. Here's the thing, right? Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with giving, $100,000. It's an amazing thing to do. At the same time, when you're a billionaire, could you give 1 million? Like, and I know it's
Yeah,
never enough, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
okay, okay, I get it. I mean, okay. So,
So
yeah,
yeah, so it was a good thing. Now, when we get to the match, I might not say the match was worth it, but to get the money and use it, it's worth it. Okay. So the first match was Willa Yuta versus Orange Cassidy, and so look at here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take
mm,
this banner down. There we go. We had our cool Orange Cassidy come out, and him and Yuta had a good match. But as we all know, Orange Cassidy won, and
again,
then
again,
he was jumped again, and then he was jumped by the Blackpool Combat Club, which brought
again.
out our boy Eddie Kingston back from his New Japan run. He came back. So, what did you think about this match?
Oh my God, I'm so tired of Orange Cassidy winning over and 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 over again. I'd love to know what the actual number is. It's got to be somewhere in the low 30s now, 32, 33, 34. Consecutive defenses. Um, you know, I the other stuff with the Blackpool Combat Club and then Eddie coming out. And the stadium stampede proposal. Um, you know, I figured we were getting something like that, either another Anarchy in the Arena or another, Stadium Stampede or something like that when Eddie came out and, we've got 5-on-3 and they'll get two more guys. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. This is kind of standard for AEW now. They like to do these big kind of, for better lack of a better term, gang warfare matches, right? Where they have faction against faction. So, and these are two of the. Well, I mean, Blackpool Combat Club's one of the better factions. The other side is kind of a hodgepodge of stuff, but it is what it is. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I guess I enjoyed it. I mean, happy to see
The
Eddie back.
next, yeah, I was enjoying. I can't. I want Eddie to get out of this vortex of hell. I wish he would just go to New Japan at this point because he seems to be having better matches and more fun there. But it is what it is. I can't dictate what Eddie does. If I could, I would. Next thing in the show was what will Chris Jericho do? Will he choose to work with Don Callis?
Hmm.
And ladies and gentlemen, oh, actually, before that, we're going to talk about a segment that happened before that, before they came to the Chris Jericho segment.
Okay.
My boy Kenny Omega had an interview with
Oh
my
yes.
God Jim Ross and got attacked by Takeshita
Yep.
and Switchblade and the Crazy Caveman.
Yes.
And it leads to a promo which happens shortly after that, where Hangman is, as you see, quote unquote, in the hospital with Kenny Omega, and he's cutting a promo where Ibushi will be joining them at All In to wrestle. And shortly after this, after he cuts the almost finished with this promo, a worker from the hospital comes out and says, "Sir, you can't be drinking out here." And Heyman does the funniest shit I've ever seen. He was like, "Oh, I can't drink. Okay, hold on."
That just kills it. Yep.
It just kills it. It's like, hold on, take this. And the man was like, "Okay, thank you." First of all, ladies and gentlemen, especially AEW, because I nitpick stuff a little bit. If we're supposed to be at the hospital, why is it the same backstage area I saw earlier? Don't blame me. Blame the way y'all shot that. Second of all, the hospital worker had AEW tag on his neck. Why did he not have some type of scrub on? You couldn't scrubs are like $10 at Walmart. You couldn't get no scrub to put on this man. Like that. Listen, I died laughing. I cannot wait for this match. We will preview it because we know how not to make predictions. We will review it a little later on. Then we got to the Jericho. What would he do? And
Yeah, I
Jericho,
enjoyed the Kenny Omega segment. I thought it was funny. I thought it was very funny.
yes, the Jericho segment was hilarious. First of all, Jericho initially said, "Yes, I'm willing to do it." And Don had this painting, and he did not want Jericho to see this painting, as you see by the wonderful Mel Coleman, a painting of Don Callis holding Jericho's head. And Jericho is like, "Hey, be honest with me. You really didn't think I was going to choose you, did you?" And Don proceeds to berate him like nobody's business. That's what you see over in the corner. And then Jericho's like, "I don't take this. I don't be a part of factions. I am the faction." And he goes to attack Don. Well, as you see down at the bottom, Will Ospreay and Takeshita comes out, and Will Ospreay knocks the pure crap out of Jericho with this chair, which I appreciate. And the only person to come to save him, as you see at the bottom, is Sammy Guevara with Floyd. Because as you remember last week, they had a conference, and everybody has chosen to leave him because of the stupid stuff he does. What did you think
Yeah,
of that?
I mean, I'm not a Jericho fan, so it is what it is. And Don Callis, is okay. I'm a huge Takeshita fan, so anytime he's on the TV, I'm excited. So he's at least involved here. I don't totally understand the whole Will Osprey thing. I mean, I get it and I don't. Like, it feels weird for Will kind of in this spot. So, I don't know. Um,
I think what they're trying to do is that you remember when Will was fighting for his title against Kenny, Don asked him to be a part of the family, like
mhm,
to work with him because he's like, I know everybody's weakness.
yep,
And then lately, which and then you also remember that Jericho was supposed to have a match with Osprey before the pandemic stuff started.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean,
So
I
that's a
understand.
long-standing beef that they have against each other. And then on
Yeah,
top of that, for the past few weeks, we've been walking around with Jericho saying he's the crap, and then he creates everything. He's the best, essentially almost doing the I'm the best in the world kind of thing. And Osprey is like, no, you're not. I'm the best
yeah,
in the world. And
yeah.
so
No, I
that's
mean,
why which it should be like that. It should be somebody else.
I get the connection and I understand why Will's there to a certain point. I just don't really like that spot for him personally. Um,
I don't
it's just
either.
not
I don't like it
what I,
either.
that's just not what I see for Will Osprey. But it is what it is. It's fun in and of itself. I mean, there's nothing terribly wrong with it. It's entertaining. I thought the picture was funny. I didn't expect Jericho to say yes, as obviously Don Callis didn't either. And then we had the picture. So honestly, I didn't even see the picture in the corner at first. I didn't even see the thing with the. I just, I totally missed it until Jericho said, "Well, what's that?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, here we go." So you know what I mean. And then I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, Don Callis is so I'm not. I don't necessarily need to see him on TV, so I don't need to see him have a huge faction where he's involved with a whole bunch of different people. If he's just with Takeshita, that's fine. I don't know. We'll see how much he's with Will Osprey or not. We'll have to, but I don't know. Eh.
So I was trying to see if I can go back. I don't think there we go. I have it. The initial look at the picture, I was like, what is that? What is that? But as we all know, Mel Coleman is the one who made the initial art that Don Callis with Takeshita, and she also is MJF's ex fiance.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The that is the actual picture, which is great. And when she
Yeah,
posted
that's
it,
an
I was like,
amazing
"This
picture.
is
Yeah.
that is even." Listen, and you can go on I think AEW shop and also onto her Instagram, which is at Mel Coleman Art, and buy these pieces, and they are incredible looking. And so she's even made some of MJF, bleeding from the dog collar match. She's made a lot of different art, and every time she makes, I'm like, oh my god, that is so incredible. And I wonder when AEW will start incorporating her work into the show, but it was must have been perfect timing because they incorporated her stuff, as soon as they kind of broke up. But it's kind of iffy because you hear things that they might have been still together and other things. But I really enjoy her work. I really do.
Yeah. That's the only thing I'm familiar with, but that picture's amazing. So
Yeah, the when Don Callis comes out and it's like Takeshita and like him and he's on a horse. She made that art too that
okay.
they end up putting on. She said literally on her Twitter on X is X now on her Twitter that she was at home. I think she was at home unpacking because she moved and she just saw her art appearing behind Don Callis, and she was like, "I didn't know they wanted me to commission something. I did it, and I didn't know it was going to be used for that." So I really liked it. Ladies and gentlemen, after that, we had the Gates of Agony versus Darby Allen and Nick Wayne, and Nick Wayne and Darby Allen won, but I think we all won because we got Joker Sting again. Yeah, yeah. And he had Prince Nana hostage, ladies and gentlemen. It started out with the Gates of Agony attacking Nick Wayne and Darby Allen, and then they end up losing. And so Swerve and AR Fox is going to come down and jump them. when the screen came up, and as you see, Joker Sting came and proceeded to let them know that he had Prince Nana hostage, and then went bonkers because they were supposed to have a coffin match for All In.
Yes.
It's gonna be wild.
So
Once we go over this, we'll realize, ladies and gentlemen, we at ALW had a good chat, and ALW said, but we should just have two different streams. And after I plugged in some of the new matches, I was like, nah, let's just make it one because it's gonna last. It's gonna last. If we still even added some
it
that they
better
might
not
add last
last.
minute next week,
Better not
we
last.
gonna well, when we
Because
preview it, you
that's
will
seven
see.
hours. That's 7 hours. It better not last. God damn
Yeah, it's bad enough, ladies and gentlemen, that
it.
Saturday I have to be by myself for a whole hour, maybe a whole 3 hours, 4 hours,
Yeah.
5 hours,
Oh
but
yeah. When I on
because
Sunday,
yeah, because
that's
New
when.
Japan because no Saturday because Saturday is New Japan and starts at 7.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's
I'm
right.
by myself for an hour. Hopefully somebody comes in for collision. Let's all pray. And then I won't be alone. If not, I'm stuck like Chuck.
So let's. So here's the thing. Like I understand. I like Joker Sting. I guess he's probably my favorite of the Sting kind of characters. Whatever. I'm not a big Sting guy, but I like Joker Sting. He's funny. So, um, but and I understand why it's him and Darby versus Swerve and AR Fox. I get to see Sting wrestle anymore. I would much rather see Nick Wayne and Darby Allin versus AR Fox and Swerve than I do want to see Darby and Sting. I understand Sting can still do a couple moves and still looks better than a lot of guys his age. He's still 62 years old. And I feel like you have Nick Wayne in this rivalry here. He was already bloodied by these two dudes at his house. Like, what more incentive could you possibly need? Let Sting come out as their manager and just stand at ringside with their bat and get involved that way and let Nick Wayne and Darby actually do the bulk of the wrestling. I don't want to see Sting in there trying to do a whole bunch of wrestling moves, especially
Well,
with AR Fox and Swerve Strickland. I mean, you got
I
like
don't
one
know
of these things
what
is not like
Nick.
the other anymore. First of all, one of these things was not like the other in the prime of his career. Sting is not that kind of wrestler. Okay, Darby Allin, AR Fox, and Swerve Strickland are different kinds of wrestlers than Sting ever were. Sting ever was. So one of these things was never like the others, and especially not now at 62. So it's just weird to me. Whatever.
I don't what I and the only thing I can think of is Nick Wayne. I know he turned 18. Did he graduate high school already?
That I don't know.
Because I know Billy Starks is still in school because she just went to prom, and I think they're around the same age. So, and you can graduate at 18. So maybe he has other, being out a day compared to being out, you having to fly all the way over there, spend some days over there, then come all the way back. That might be a different story.
And I get it, Sammy. I totally get it. You 80,000 people. You what? And you put Sting on the card. You bring him out. You let him be the manager. Let him even get a couple spots. Let him get a Scorpion Death Drop outside the ring. Let him get a bat spot in the middle. But just the idea that he's gonna go in and actually, take a hot tag in the middle of this fire match, and then here comes Sting. Like, come on now. Like,
Well,
I don't
he'll
know.
do it. He'll do it, and then he'll get stumped out, and he'll do his Hulk Hogan like,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know how he does.
Yeah, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Oh
death
my
match.
fucking
Ladies
word.
and ladies and gentlemen, when I went through this, I couldn't just find one or two things. Well, wait a minute. We have something to go before that. Before the Chainsaw Massacre match, we had this wonderful, lovely piece of cinema where they had a promo with MJF and Adam Cole trying to get in the mind of the Aussie Open, ladies and gentlemen. And so they decided to go to the Outback Steakhouse. They thought that that would be the greatest thing to do, and then they decided, well, backstage they were going to dress up Ozzy wise, and that's when you see in this picture, MJF decides that the finishing move should be a kangaroo kick, and they're gonna win. And, and Adam Cole's like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, you say stupid shit, but this is the epitome of it. And so Adam Cole's like, okay, I got a greater idea.
Oh my
And he proceeds to take them backstage. Well, we find, I forgot his name, backstage, like, oh my God, it's a blow up crocodile. It's a crocodile in the middle of the floor. And then Adam Cole's like, let's do it. Double clothesline. And all of a sudden, you hear for the first time, Tony goes, Adam Cole, MJF, come to my office right now. They go to his office, you hear it from the outside. Tony is hollering. And then they come out of the office, which you see below. And MJF was like, I started to cuss him out. Y'all can't wait to, like a kid, like I'm waiting 2024, and he's going to learn his lesson. And Tony comes out and goes, what you say? And MJF was like, nothing. I didn't say nothing. Nothing at all. He was like, thank you. And Tony was like, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. It goes back in his office. First of all, I'm a word what I was saying because this picture's up here. And I don't want to get in trouble. Not this picture. This picture right here. How? How mountaintop do you have to get to be wearing shades on the inside? You're in the middle of the day with a men in black suit on. How? How at the top of the peak are you at this time of the day? Because this had to be during the day because they went to Outback. How at the top of the mountain are you?
god. I can't. This
Are you
was
with Jesus at this point?
these
I
two are
laughed.
just fucking hysterical. The kangaroo kick, dude. I was laughing
Oh,
so
wait a
hard.
minute. Wait a minute. It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen.
It just
Because
goes
after the
off.
seg, it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. Because after the segment, they had an in-ring promo. ALW about to pop. As you see at the bottom, he does the kangaroo kick. He does the kangaroo kick at the bottom. And they have a promo battle where Adam Cole lets him know. First of all, before this even started, they get out of the car, like Lamborghini, a red Lamborghini, and all of a sudden MJF was like, "There had to be hot chicken that told me up. I gotta go to the bathroom, and it ain't just a pee." And he goes, Adam Cole's like, "Well, will you be back after the thing?" Ronnie comes as Adam leaves, like, "Adam, Adam," and then kicks his tire and hurts his foot. That's why at the bottom you see he had to watch with an ice pack on his leg and foot because he kicked the tires. So Adam is like,
Roderick Strong
"Listen,
is so stupid. Oh my god, the dude makes me laugh so fucking hard. Like, just
listen."
the little
Adam
bit that he
starts.
adds to it just makes the whole thing so much more amazing. Like, oh my god.
Adam is like, you're my friend, but I've been great everywhere I've been, and I need this title. And when it comes at the end, and I win, you're still my friend. And MJF was like, hold on, wait a minute. This is my title, and I am the devil, and you will know my name at the end of this match. And so they confront each other, and then Aussie Open jumps them. And so that's what you see at the bottom where MJF, as they run Aussie Open out of the ring, Cole looks like he's about to super kick him in the
Yeah,
face,
yeah.
but he doesn't.
But he does
And
not.
it gives you the little bit of this could go wrong because they have to work as a tag team at 0 hour at 5 o'clock, and then by 8 9 o'clock we're gonna be here that long. Just don't just
So so this right here, this one and the next segment is a perfect microcosm of everything that's wrong with Tony Khan's booking all the time. One segment is absolutely perfect. This is like almost as good as you can get. with MJF and Cole. And then we'll talk about the next segment, which is perhaps the worst thing that AEW has ever done, in my personal opinion. We'll get to that. But this right here is gold. I mean, MJF and Cole are great together. You know, at some point it's going to end, and I don't really want it to. I want the match, and I want Cole to beat MJF for the title, but I also don't really want this to end. You know, people try to rate all these vignettes and stuff, and I think they're missing the point. The point is that they're all funny. It doesn't matter whether one's better than the other or not. They're all hysterical. They're all great. Just enjoy them for what they are. Yeah, and the whole kangaroo kick was fucking hysterical. Um,
Listen,
yeah, the whole
when I
thing is
found
just
that photo of him in the midst of it, I was like, I have to. And once I put all the pictures together, I was like, he has to do it on the tree. So he has to do it. He
I
has.
hope he
If you
does
look
it
at it,
in their
he
match
look. He had to do it on the tree.
on the
He
tree.
had to. He had to.
Uh,
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to preface you by saying this before before we get to the next match. If you watch GCW, there's a thing that they have where they don't name, like tell you who's gonna be in it. It's called a clusterfuck, right? Just a whole bunch of stuff going on. Everybody in the ring.
yeah.
My mind initially when making this slide for this match, clusterfuck. That's what it happened. Ladies and gentlemen, it is for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Death Match. Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett. And we're going to show you the winner. But I just want to say they did do a very nice thing. They donated a sponsorship from this branded match, I think it's a video game, to the Maui Food Bank. And we really appreciate that. I appreciate the sentiment behind it. I just do not appreciate what happened in the clusterfuck.
Oh,
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, this is the title
terrible.
in which you see Jeff Jarrett win at the end. Um, Jeff Hardy, come out with this skin like mask on. Initially goes to the back where you see the red at, and that's after Isaiah Cassidy covers Karen and Jeff with blood and drags Jared out to the outside, but is shortly distracted before he gets hit in the head with a hammer by the Chainsaw Massacre himself. Look at him, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at him and tell me, after seeing all of this, I know it was a good reason why we did this, but should we have done this? Should we have done this? Jeff Jarrett won a Chainsaw Massacre match. Tell me why.
This was absolutely terrible. There was nothing redeeming about this. Nothing good about this in any way, shape, or form. It's terrible. I mean, this is one. This might be the worst thing AEW's done. This is right up there. They were talking about it on AEW Rambo. It's right up there with like the Zombie Lumberjacks. You know, it's up there with
I
the
see you
worst stuff.
Sunday.
Uh, it's up there with the worst stuff that's been done in wrestling in general. It's really really fucking bad. From the lighting, oh, the Mountain Dew pitch black match that ended up being not pitch black, and yeah,
Okay,
that's
now
the one that
I'm gonna fight for my boy Bray, even though Bray, you done got us warned twice. I'm gonna fight for my boy Bray because that match wasn't horrible. Okay, the match wasn't horrible. It was the ending, and the only reason the ending was bad is because dude shot over where he's supposed to land it. That was the only reason why. Okay, the match
listen.
was okay. The match was okay. It was the ending that fucked it up. It was fucked up from the beginning, the middle, and the end. And that's it. The whole
I mean,
thing was
I don't.
messed up. It wasn't no redeeming quality.
When you announce something as a pitch black match and then there's light, like you already done fucked up to begin with. And we already have tried these multicolored lighted matches that don't fucking work. So you're doing it again? I mean, So for me, the pitch black match never worked, just like this never worked. I apologize. No offense to Bray Wyatt or to you, Dolores. But for me, it never worked. And this is right up there with it. I mean, from the way it started with the red light and stuff, and then the whole blood on Karen, and the whole thing's just terrible. It's bad. It's bad. This is as
First of
bad.
all,
This is as bad for me as this is as bad for me as the Broken Hardy stuff was good. All the stuff that Broken Heart Matt Hardy did at the Hardy compound with Vanguard and Senior Benjamin, that stuff was fucking amazing. This is terrible. This is on the opposite end of the spectrum. And I can't believe that he's
listen,
involved in both.
listen. I take if I could pick the three bad matches, okay, I would say out of the three that's out there, the Bray Wyatt is number three. Okay, it's elite. The zombie match is fighting with one with this one. Okay, because the zombie match, we saw the Miz
Love
get
you,
eat
bud.
up by zombies and then show up the next week for work. That that takes the cake for me. Second of all, the only reason why I say this might be a little bit higher is first of all, Jeff, you got hit in the head with a hammer. Second of all, not even like it wasn't even like clunk and like it was like wow, he hit him so hard. You could hear it through the TV screen like it was echoing. And Jeff literally went limp. Like maybe it was supposed to be fake and it wasn't. Jeff went limp. Second, second of all, Jeff went full Vanna White with his first intro. When he goes back there in the red, he sees all the weapons. He's like, and I'm like, pick up one, pick up one. And after 10 minutes of oh, he tries to pick up one and get knocked in the head. You gave it. Listen, I don't know how far if Jeff was supposed to do this 5 minutes ago, but he went for a good 2 minutes of ooh, look at this before Jeff hit him, and I'm like, Jeff, I need you to walk a little faster, okay?
No, and
And
no
then you and
disrespect.
Karen,
Go ahead.
I was saying you and Karen, you telling me that Rebby Hardy, who has been on TV everywhere, that you cannot intervene in a match one time to help your brother-in-law against Karen Jarrett. First of all, I also think that Karen Jarrett, with nothing in her hands, hit Jeff Hardy so hard he fell on the ground, and then her husband took advantage.
Yeah. My, no disrespect to Jeff Hardy, but why am I watching Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett in 2023 on my AEW television? It's terrible booking. It's terrible programming, and I don't want to see it. And this match was horrible, as you would expect it to be at this point. So yeah, this
Listen,
this
ladies and
is worse than
gentlemen,
the ass of the horse. This is like I don't even know what it is. It's what comes out of the ass of the horse. How's that?
shit,
There you go.
shit,
There you go.
shit. But again, ladies and gentlemen, for the purposes of being nice people, we will point out $100,000 from this match. The sponsorship paid them. Made it to the Maui Food Bank. Okay,
Very
ladies
good.
and
Very
gentlemen,
good.
you
Very
go to shopaew.com or support their brand and their image. They will continue to help the Maui Food Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, I also learned that you can go to their website, type into Google Maui Food Bank, pull it up. You can donate money yourself. You also, if you don't feel comfortable giving just straight up money, you can actually buy the food you want people to have on the website.
oh
You
wow.
can buy
All right.
15 of this and this. So it's a
Nice.
great thing because I wanted to look it up before we promoted it on our show
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make sure,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like paying and then y'all come back and say I tried to scam you. That ain't it. This is an up and up play. It does what it says it's gonna do. It tracks where your money is going. It's great.
Please donate to the
After
Dolores Fund. I swear, at least 1 cent of every dollar go to something good.
my cash out, dollar sign. No, I'm joking. But no, for real, and it's not funny because yeah, I noticed we are talking about the Maui Fund with all this fire behind us. But
I didn't even see
it's a
that.
good. I was like, I just looked up and I was like, oh my god.
I didn't even think of that.
Um, but we do appreciate AEW doing things like
Yes.
this because um we do have gimmick matches everywhere. It's just that not everybody's putting it to a good place. I mean, let's be honest. You're gonna get the money. What's it? Warner Brothers was gonna do the match anyway, so you might as well do the match and say it's for a good reason.
At least
I mean,
something
you
positive
had
came
to,
out of it. How's that?
yeah. Then we had Britt Baker, ladies and gentlemen, versus the Bunny.
Ugh.
Okay, and as you see, Britt Baker was the winner, and it also puts her in an All-In match, which we will be previewing and talking about for next Sunday. So, what did you think of the match?
I'm happy to have the bunny
Oh,
back.
also noted the jacket Britt has on is the same jacket she had on when she came in the verse All In.
Right.
So it's
2018.
full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, full circle.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm happy the bunny's back. She's been gone for a while. I hope she's back for good, and we're going to see her on TV more. I like the bunny. They were talking about it on AEW Ramble. Jimmy said, "You can't tell me that there isn't something wrong with Britt Baker," and I think anybody watching can see that she's not herself. Some people like CM would say she was never good, but she's even worse than she was at one point, and you don't regress that fast, that or that much that fast. So, um, you know, and she's they've talked about her, I guess her back and stuff. So she clearly needs to take some time off and rest and get healed or whatever. But it wasn't. This was not a good Britt Baker match, even though she won. I'm a little nervous for the 4-way. I mean, the other three are really strong wrestlers, so I'm sure it'll be okay, and she can just do a couple minimal things. But at this point, she's not able to carry a match in the state that she's in at the moment. Not look good. So yeah, I was very surprised,
I
honestly. So
I'm gonna let ALW not get in trouble for this one. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having my CM moment right now. Britt Baker wasn't great in the beginning. But again, karma spins the block. Okay, when you talk about somebody should show up and do their job, and they back fucked up, and you do it, and your back fucked up, and now you fucked up, and you can't do your job. Wonder why you should have kept your mouth shut. Okay, there are some things you don't say out loud. Okay, okay, that's like me talking about somebody being fat. I shouldn't do that. Okay, just like you shouldn't be talking about somebody back when your whole body is brittle. Okay. But that, you know what? The thing about it is, even if you felt that way, you shouldn't have did it on camera. You did it on camera, and got caught. Yeah, you want to be the victim. Karen, ain't nobody trying to hear that.
I can't with you tonight. Oh, that's hysterical. And all true, 100%, 100% true. You done talked about her back.
I
She
was
did
rooting for
bad.
you, Sammy. I was rooting for you too. I was rooting for you to come up here so ALW can have another tag partner. But nah, you gonna leave me with her. So we together, okay? We together. Just you wait, Sammy. Just you wait. When I disappear, you gonna have to come to work, okay? You gonna have to show up, okay? I ain't had a day off. Well, I did have a day off Monday. That was the first day off I had in a while. But I still didn't have a day off because I still had to go behind the scenes to figure out stuff. But I ain't had a day off. ALW working hard ain't had a day off. We need a day off, okay? We need a day off. ALW ain't seen his kids and grandkids and guys along with. They have to come and give him a kiss during the middle of the show, okay? I can't even tell you what my, I can't even tell you what my nephew look like anymore. I ain't seen him so long. Every time I see him, it's in passing as I'm on the street. Okay?
uh, Auntie going to work again.
Yeah. I'm like ALW at the point where y'all see me do this. I'm like, okay, baby, yeah, I love you. Thank you. Oh, okay, TT. Oh, okay. That's why the other day y'all saw my nephew walk up on me. He was like, "Hey, what the fuck you been doing?" I don't know. I've been sitting here. I wake up, you at the computer. I go to bed, you on the computer. What are you doing? Working? You ain't got no job. I know. I work on the street.
You ain't got no job. Mind your business.
Listen,
I
they all be
don't
looking at
know.
my niece is like the Lord TT, where have you been? I'm sorry I ain't seen you in like months. Seven didn't want to come to work. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. The last match was the guns of this
Hold on,
dynamite
real
was
quick. Somewhere before this, there was the acclaimed segment, and I can't find it. Maybe you can find
yeah.
it, but I'm trying to find Max Caster's lines because I swear I want to hear it again or read it again because I swear and I don't want to speak out of turn. I felt like his very first opening line was like a pro Trump line, which for him is like that's not something I would
No, no,
believe.
no.
But
No. He said something about getting locked up like Trump. That's what he said.
I thought he
He
said
said we got it locked up like Trump. And I was like, again.
I thought he said something else. Okay, I mean he said Trump and something. Maybe it was locked up. So I thought it was something else, but I can't find it now. I'm
Because he said,
googling it.
because I think it was like, he said something like the acclaim got it locked up like Trump. And I was like, oh, and then the crowd was like, boo. I'm like, this ain't the place to say that, buddy. This is not the place.
Okay,
Pick and choose. But
if I can find it,
also,
I would say it, but I can't find it now. So
well, I'm gonna do this real quick. Speaking since we're talking about those that segment, we also had another wig segment that I actually had the picture for, but in doing this, I felt like it was bland and unneeded. Okay, so you all will know when I said bland and unneeded who I'm talking about. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, he decided that he gonna do one more match for the FTW championship. He's like, and so just like greatness, most great wrestlers, you only remember the first and the last. So
right,
I want to retire this champion. It sounds like you just don't want to defend it no more. You don't want to get out there and talk anymore. I don't want
right.
to see you out there anymore. So yeah, get rid of the belt. But you know what's all gonna happen, right? We all know what's gonna happen. He gonna get out there and he gonna lose, probably to Hook,
Yep.
and then we ain't never got to see this again. But the last match, ladies and gentlemen, was the Bucks versus the Guns, ladies and gentlemen. As you see at the top corner, uh the Bucks came out during the Guns entrance because they super kicked them in the face. Also, I want to say before we keep talking, AEW, you have a problem. Stop showing me people coming down the ramp when I'm not supposed to see them. I saw the Bucks. Soon they did the spit, it was like boom, boom, and all of a sudden I'm like, there go the Bucks. Pow! He just kicked them, and then you have to have Tony Schiavone and them pretend like they ain't never seen them come out there. Oh my God, they come out of nowhere and just kicked them. We saw them. I saw them. As soon as the camera turned around, they were standing in the shadows, literally standing with their hands on their hips. And then the Bucks went to do their little pow pow, and they got kicked in the face. Come on now, AEW. You gonna have to
Be
do
better.
better. You gonna have to do better.
Be better.
What was it? What was it? Pop. We saw Pop coming down the ramp when he returned. It was like, oh my God, who's gonna help them? And next thing you know, Pac is walk. He just walks. He didn't even run down that ramp. He was standing there in position, and I was like, "They're gonna Pop. He come back."
At
But
least he
again,
didn't do.
let's get
At least he didn't do the Jeff Hardy dance on his way down to save his brother. He had to get his dance in before he saved his brother.
listen. I want to notify you, ladies and gentlemen. I normally like put weird backgrounds and stuff, but for some apparent reason, the Bucks are vampires, and every time I try to manipulate it, they disappear. Okay, so this is what we had to do. Okay, so we had them beat the Guns, but was jumped, as you see down in the corner, by Bullet Club Gold. Then got confronted by FTR, which set up for the match for next Sunday. Okay,
Yes.
so we're gonna now talk, talk, preview some
So
things.
just
Okay,
real quick. I thought this was an okay match, but the Guns are not ready to be in the main event of a Dynamite with the Bucks yet. They're just not there yet. This should have opened the show or been in the middle. I think Wheeler and Cassidy could have closed the show. Would have been a better main event. Um, I mean, I thought it was an okay match. I just don't think they're quite ready for that spot yet.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the preview. We don't have a preview for Dynamite. So we're gonna go into Rampage, which you'll see us watch along. First of all, Rampage is Rampage Fight for the Fallen. I know you all were like, when y'all saw that picture come up, y'all like, what the fuck? Yep, they made everything this week fight for the fallen in order to help donate to the Maui food bank. Sorry. So we will talk about the preview for that. The only thing they have listed is Ray Phoenix versus Commander, Ethan Page and Isaiah Cassidy versus Odyssey Open, Sammy Guevara versus John Cruz, Sheeta and Sky Blue versus the Outcasts of Ruby Soho and Tony Storm.
Yeah, I mean, Commander and Phoenix on paper sounds like it should be really good. As long as Commander doesn't try to do 25, rope walks, it should be all right. As long as he keeps it to one or two, so that it actually keeps its kind of specialness. I love Ray Phoenix, so I'm always here for a Ray Phoenix match. And like I said, on paper, it should be good. We're building more towards all in. So, the outcast versus what you call it. That's more building that storyline. I see that. So I guess I'm kind of here for that. And I'm always here for the women getting time. I don't know who the fuck John Cruz is, so I assume Sammy Guevara is. That's going to be a squash. Um, so yeah, I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, if you
overall,
ever
it's not
notice,
it's not an overly inspiring Rampage card, but it's not terrible either. I mean, I don't know.
ladies and gentlemen, if you ever notice, when it comes down to the previews for Rampage, I have to let those that are here on the screen do this because they take this the same day as Dynamite, and so when you go, they don't show you any previews, and they only show you afterwards, and they give you the answers. And I'd be looking like, but again, sometimes matches fool me. They might suck on paper, but in on TV they are good. Saturday for Collision, we are doing a watch along for Collision and the All Star Junior Festival, meaning that this stream will start at 7 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. And the preview for those matches that were listed so far are Diamante versus Willow Nightingale and Christian Cage versus Darby Allin.
That's on
Those were
Collision.
the
That's
only
what you
list.
said for Collision.
Yeah,
Yeah, Willow's gonna win, and I'm interested in Christian versus Darby. I'm not totally sure what's gonna happen there. In my head, I feel like Christian should win, but Darby might win. I don't know. Like I'm not totally sure what's gonna happen here. I don't know. What do you think?
yeah. Um, I would say maybe Darby wins this one because he has to face Luchasaurus at All Out.
Right.
So that's I don't know why they wait so long, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, we're just gonna run through. We're not gonna make predictions. We're just gonna run through.
Yep.
All in, all in, all in, all in. I had to scroll all the way down. There's like two shows.
We still got another week for
Yeah,
All In. That's
that's
not
what
this
they have
Sunday. The
listed.
following Sunday. So we'll
Yeah,
do
the following
predictions
Sunday.
before then as a group for
Yeah.
the Workhorse Wrestling Network predictions title. That's held
Right
by
now they have
people who we're not going to talk about at the moment.
yeah. Right now they have the ROH World Tag Team title in the 0 hour. Aussie Open versus Adam Cole and MJF. They have now listed Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. This is the confusing one. They have the Stadium Stampede match, but if you notice, Um, it's Eddie Kingston, the Lucha Bros, and Ernst Cassidy were the best friends of against the Combat Club. But there are three people missing from this match. Right now, it's just the Combat Club of Claudio, John Moxley, and Willa Yuta,
Hmm.
but they need three more people.
Yep.
You have the Bullet Club Gold uh, versus the Golden Elite with Adam Page, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi. You have the Coffin Tag Team match of Darby Allin and Sting versus the Mogul of Embassy of AR Fox and Swerve Strickland. You have the women's four-way title match with Hikaru Shida versus Saraya versus Tony Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker. You have the AEW tag team match, the FTR versus the Young Bucks. And then you also have MJF versus Adam Cole. We're going to be here all day. Some of the matches are going to be about
So
20, 30 minutes strong.
So they're wrestling Aussie Open on the kickoff show for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and then they're wrestling in the main event for MJF's
Yes.
title. Oh, okay.
That's why I said we're
That-
going to be there. They gotta get a break, so it's gonna be about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours before they get to that. Okay? That's what you know what I'm saying. After looking at it, I think this is gonna be forever. We're gonna be here forever.
On
Okay?
paper, it looks like a very strong all in.
Yes.
It looks like
Thank
one
you,
of these
ladies and gentlemen.
stadiums in for a very good show.
Yeah. If not, I'm gonna have to cry. Ladies and gentlemen, while I hold on a second. I'm gonna put the schedule up
Do a little
while
house
I
cleaning and get up out of here.
yeah. So we the only one here. It's time to go to bed
Yep, no doubt. We love y'all, but we
early.
done talked enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, and also thank you all for coming.
Of course,
Uh,
as always.
Tuesday is Seeing Stars, ladies and gentlemen. Seeing Stars was early this week. It was on a Monday. We had a live show because we had guests, the guests of J News and Nick Jackson, which again, we thank them for coming. Normally it is on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Okay. And it's a what? Twitch exclusive. Sorry, I can't give you my full, Twitch exclusive. And then on Tuesday night, you saw us at the cookout. Well, you didn't see me. You saw everybody else at the cookout on Tuesday evening for a retro watch along for Sammy's birthday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Each one of us picked one of our favorite matches, and we proceeded to have that for Sammy's watch along. So it was great. Go back and look at it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't, please go to our link tree that's in our bio and make sure you check out some of the links. The Cookout podcast is available on our Heart, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube audio. Okay,
Well, of course,
and we'll talk
worldwide.
about
Worldwide. My bad. What happened? Where'd Dolores go? Hello?
Do you hear me?
Now I
Do you
can't.
hear me?
I couldn't put
Okay,
me
there
in
we go.
there.
Listen, I was like, I hear you. Do you hear me? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure you know that if you are on uh, YouTube and you type in WWN dash the cookout, you see this icon? Click it, you'll catch the cookout. You can listen to us or watch us live when we're on. If you cut WWN watch alongs, you can watch along live like tomorrow. and listen to us. You know, sometimes you're busy. You just want to listen on the phone. You don't want to see it. Sometimes you just want to listen to it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on Spotify, iHeart, or any of those links, you will catch the Cookout Podcast itself on there with this picture. Okay? Amazon Music, ladies and gentlemen. I make sure the next day, or either the night of, bow, you get your episode. Okay? So, I can't promise you that, ladies and gentlemen, when I leave. Okay? Um, maybe a couple of days. So, again, might be a couple of days. Might be a couple of days. But again, ladies and gentlemen, All for Night happened last night at 11:30 on Twitch. It was a Twitch exclusive. We did Magic. Wow, Magic on the Wednesday. Today you're here with us at 10:15 for Aftermath of Dynamite. Please, 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 please join us tomorrow for Friday Night Fight starting at 8 p.m. when you see the unruly kids of myself, Sammy, and Anika start off the show watching SmackDown, and then either Smoked or Smack gonna be there tomorrow. One of them will be there. And then make sure you join us at 11 a.m. on the Twitch exclusive under the radar at 11 a.m. And then Saturday night, Saturday night. Guess what? I'm gonna be here at 7 o'clock. Okay. I don't know if anybody else
Seven
gonna join me
o'clock.
at 8. 7 o'clock. I will be there. Okay. Watch it. All Star Junior Festival. Okay. Mind you, I don't know if anybody else gonna be here with me, but I'm gonna be here at 7 o'clock. Hopefully,
Don't
Sammy
forget.
will be here at 7 o'clock.
Don't forget. Sunday, I'm gonna be on True Hill Heat Twitch.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. ALW will be on the True Hill Heat Twitch channel. Again,
Maybe
yesterday I
with
had a
someone
little
else. Hopefully, I don't know.
Hopefully Sammy gonna clock in. That's a good day.
Hopefully, maybe.
That's a good day. Clock in, clock out. Okay. Sammy will be there at uh GCW Homecoming too. Okay. It'll be part two.
Part
Ladies and
two.
gentlemen, I know what you're asking me. Why we ain't doing part one on our channel? Because it's me, yeah, and I can't do everything. Uh, ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday, that's at 5 p.m. too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 p.m. too, which ALW decided, listen, if you got to choose somebody, choose me, okay? You love ALW, but you love me more, okay? Choose me for Multiverse United 2. We'll be watching live at 5, okay? So make sure you're there. Make sure you click the notifications. Also, ladies and gentlemen, next Saturday is the emergence of All In, okay? Because we will be watching Impact's Emergence and AEW's All In. One couple of more things, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check out Twitch Into the Circle, okay? We will be putting up episodes for that. Also, go back, watch the retro watch alongs we had. ALW Sammy did one by himself. The crew minus me did one the other day. And so make sure listen, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. I love you. I love you like a child of God. But I can't do this. Okay? I'll be missing a lot of days. Um, it's gonna be like Homer Simpson fading into the trees. They're gonna be me. I'm just gonna be gone. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, you'll get to see the teams on Dynamite after I leave. The unruly kids minus my angry butt over in the corner. Smoked and smacked. You already looking at us twice, the expert and the mark. It won't be hot chocolate because hot is missing. Dolores, and it'll just be chocolate. But we're gonna get a white chocolate symbol for Sammy. And then black girl magic. Because even if it's two of us, it's still that black girl magic. So, ladies and gentlemen, the intro worked. I know we was a little late on catching it though. It was a little late. So you saw us and then you saw the intro. But on the outro, you won't see us. Because as I've been doing lately, it's time to go. Cut out the lights. Peace.